The Army is spending $6 million each to upgrade over 700 Bradleys through 2029 while simultaneously building the vehicle designed to replace them. What makes the M2A4 worth that kind of money before the XM30 arrives? The Bradley remains the backbone of the Army's armored infantry, not because it is new, but because no clean sheet replacement is ready for fielding. The Army is committed to delivering over 700 M2A4 Bradleys through 2029, each costing around $6 million. This isn't about incremental tweaks. It is a full-scale modernization effort led by the Program Executive Office for Ground Combat Systems, with billions in obligation authority already allocated. The scale is clear: 5 brigade sets, hundreds of vehicles in production, and contracts that keep the line running for years. Every dollar spent reflects a decision to keep the Bradley relevant and combat ready while the next generation XM30 remains in development. The A4's upgrade packages aren't just technical milestones. They are the Army's answer to the immediate need for a capable, survivable tracked infantry vehicle across the force. BAE Systems engineered the M2A4 with a 675 horsepower diesel engine, pushing the Bradley's top speed to 41 miles per hour and extending its operational range to 250 miles. This powertrain isn't just about speed, it's about creating the growth margin that lets the vehicle absorb more weight from added armor, sensors, and electronics without slowing down. The A4's upgraded transmission and reinforced suspension keep mobility intact, even as the platform approaches 79,000 pounds in combat weight. These mechanical upgrades are the backbone that supports every other modernization package, ensuring the Bradley can keep pace with Abrams tanks and carry the extra systems required for today's digital battlefield. Survivability on today's battlefield is no longer just about stacking on more armor. The M2A4 Bradley now embodies a layered approach, balancing the need to avoid hits all together with the reality of surviving when the worst happens. At roughly 79,182 pounds in combat configuration, the A4 carries the weight of decades of battlefield lessons. This mass isn't just a byproduct of thicker steel. It reflects a philosophy that blends passive armor, mine-resistant belly kits, and electronic defenses into a single integrated whole. The rise of anti-tank guided missiles and buried explosives has forced the Army to rethink protection as a system, not a single feature. Every pound added for survivability is only possible because the upgraded powertrain and suspension preserve mobility, ensuring the Bradley can keep pace while carrying the layers needed to protect its crew. The result is a platform built as much for the threats it can avoid as for the blows it must withstand. Active protection systems have moved from concept to reality for the Bradley fleet. On January 26, 2026, Elbit Systems secured a $228 million contract to supply Iron Fist APS for Army Bradleys, making it clear that APS is no longer just a marketing promise. It's a funded operational priority. This contract, awarded as a follow-on to earlier integration work, commits the Army to fielding a hard-kill solution that can intercept anti-tank missiles and rocket-propelled grenades before they strike. Iron Fist is not an experiment or a prototype in a lab. It's a program of record, with Elbit Systems now responsible for delivering APS as a standard feature on upcoming production lots. The headline upgrade is official, funded, and real. Leonardo DRS's IBAS Block 2 brings a new level of precision to the Bradley's targeting suite. This upgrade delivers a 2-megapixel thermal imager and a high-definition day camera, giving crews the ability to identify threats clearly, even in smoke, dust, or darkness. The system's dual target tracker and advanced laser rangefinder mean the gunner can lock onto a human-sized target in half a second, a major leap over earlier optics. With this speed and clarity, crews can spot and engage threats before they are seen themselves. The IBAS Block 2 does not just sharpen vision, it accelerates every step from detection to engagement, directly feeding both the active protection system and the weapons suite. For the Army, this is about making sure the Bradley can see first and act first, anchoring its role as a frontline infantry fighting vehicle while the next generation waits in the wings. Firepower on the Bradley centers around the M242 Bushmaster chain gun, a weapon that defines the vehicle's close fight lethality. The Bushmaster's cyclic rate hovers around 200 rounds per minute, giving crews the ability to lay down rapid, sustained fire in the thick of an engagement. With a standard loadout of roughly 900 rounds on board, the A4 can keep suppressing light armor and dismounted threats well beyond the opening exchange. This is not a boutique armament or an afterthought. It is a core reason the Bradley still matters in the Army's force structure. The combination of a high-capacity ammunition load and a reliable, battle-proven gun means the vehicle can fight through extended firefights without pausing for resupply. On today's digital battlefield, the Bradley's role as a gun platform is as much about sustained presence as it is about raw firepower, ensuring that infantry and armor can count on covering fire when it matters most. The Bradley's edge against armored threats comes from its turret-launched tow missile system. With a standard reach of about 3.75 kilometers and extended range variants pushing out to nearly 4.5 kilometers, the TOW lets crews strike enemy tanks and vehicles long before the Bushmaster's shells can reach. This standoff capability means the Bradley can overmatch most pure infantry fighting vehicles and even challenge main battle tanks from outside their effective gun range. In recent conflicts, Bradleys have been recorded engaging targets at distances well beyond 3 kilometers, showing that the missile's range is not just theory, but a real advantage on the battlefield. The TOW's integration with upgraded sensors and fire control keeps the Bradley relevant in environments where only a handful of vehicles can deliver guided anti-armor fire this far from cover. Underneath the armor and weapons, the Bradley's true staying power comes from systems most soldiers never see. A4's electrical backbone now runs off a 24-volt, 300-amp alternator, which is triple the output of older variants. A 7-kilowatt auxiliary power unit keeps sensors, radios, and active protection running even when the engine is off. Cooling is just as critical. A 350-kilowatt radiator and oil cooler circuit handle the surge in heat from all the new electronics. More digital systems mean more heat and more power demand, which is why every A4 build starts with these upgrades. Cyber resilience is baked in, with the Bradley's digital network hardened to CMMC Level 3 standards, closing off known vulnerabilities. Hidden systems don't draw headlines, but they are the foundation that lets every modernization package work as promised, making sure the vehicle stays reliable, connected, and protected in a world where software is as important as steel. The Army's next-generation infantry fighting vehicle, the XM30, is set for large-scale fielding in the early 2030s. Northrop's XM91350 by 228mm cannon, already in prototype testing, marks a significant advance in firepower. Until then, the Bradley remains essential. Each A4 upgrade is designed to keep crews protected and effective, bridging the gap until the XM30 and its advanced armament arrive. The Bradley's evolution is not just about survival, but about holding the line while the Army prepares for a new era in mechanized warfare. The Army is clear. Bradley upgrades are a deliberate bridge, lethal, survivable, and funded, until the XM30 arrives in force. Modernization is not theory. It is what keeps today's formations ready for tomorrow's fight.